Composite charts explained. The stroking. Composite charts. A composite chart blends two people's birth charts into a single symbolic chart that represents the relationship itself rather than either individual. Unlike synastry, which compares two people directly, a composite chart treats the relationship as its own entity with a unique personality, emotional climate, strengths, challenges, and long-term purpose. What is a composite chart? A composite chart is created by calculating the midpoint between each pair of corresponding planets and chart points in two natal charts. For example, the midpoint between both people's suns becomes the composite sun, while the midpoint between both moons becomes the composite moon. The same method is applied to the ascendant, midheaven, planets, and other significant chart points. The finished chart is interpreted much like a natal chart, with its own planets, houses, aspects, and angles. Rather than describing either individual, it symbolizes the relationship itself, its identity, shared purpose, emotional atmosphere, strengths, and the experiences both people create together. Composite chart versus synastry. Although both techniques study relationships, they answer different questions. Synastry compares two natal charts to understand attraction, compatibility, communication, and how each person influences the other. A composite chart combines those two charts into one symbolic chart that describes the relationship as a separate entity. Professional astrologers often use both methods together. Synastry explains why two people are drawn together and where harmony or tension exists, while the composite chart reveals the overall purpose, direction, and long-term character of the relationship itself. Reading a composite chart. Interpreting a composite chart follows many of the same principles used in natal astrology. The composite sun describes the relationship's identity and purpose. The composite moon reflects its emotional climate. Mercury shows communication. Venus represents affection and shared values, while Mars reveals motiva, passion, and how conflicts are handled. Astrologers also study the ascendant, midheaven, house emphasis, planetary aspects, and angular placements to understand how the relationship functions. Particular attention is often given to the 1st, 4th, 7th, and 10th houses because they reveal the relationship's foundation, partnership dynamics, public image, and long-term direction. When to use a composite chart. Composite charts are most useful once a meaningful relationship has formed, whether romantic, familial, professional, or a close friendship. They help explain the overall experience created when two people come together, including shared goals, recurring challenges, emotional patterns, and opportunities for growth. Some astrologers also compare composite charts with current planetary transits and progressions to understand how the relationship evolves over time. Others may use a Davison relationship chart, which is calculated differently using an actual midpoint in time and space. Although the composite midpoint chart remains the most widely practiced relationship technique,